What is a compelling event? Well, yesterday we talked about using compelling events as a way to help reduce or eliminate stalls in the sales cycle. So on this Whiteboard Wednesday, let's talk about a couple of compelling events. One compelling event might be a fiscal year. Now, why might a fiscal year be a compelling event? Well, because budget gets released or budget has to be used by. Another compelling event might be a quarter. Some of you might be thinking these compelling events are on our side, the side of the salesperson or the side of the business that's trying to sell the product. No, we're talking about on the customer side, compelling events on the customer side. Another compelling event might be just the fact that there's a thing that happens inside the organization where they need to go through a quiet period. I used to work at United Parcel Service. There was not a lot of new stuff that we were going to implement during peak season, that season between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So there might be, business requirements where, inside the HR space, you don't really want to be launching new things during open enrollment or even trying to sell to people during open enrollment, as an example. So compelling events, fiscal year, quarter, some general business requirement or business activity. And then the other one might be a commitment that has been made. Again, watching that spell check, a commitment that has been made to someone by someone inside the organization. Let's say by the beginning of, or by January, whatever, we need to have a certain thing implemented. And there are a number of these things that are happening right now in and across your customer base. Some of them are working on getting employees back into the office. Some of them are working on covering for roles that need to be hired for. Some of them are working through mid-year planning. I mean, there are just a number of different things that can happen. What you've got to figure out as the rep, as the business owner, as the founder who's working with the organization, what is the compelling event? Now, this is one way to help reveal some of that urgency and start to put together some timelines. Now, so if we understand the compelling event, fiscal year, quarter, business requirement, some kind of initiative or commitment, then what we can do is we can work backward from that timeline. So this is day zero. This is the day that we need to launch. Well, what needs to happen before we launch? Well, there might need to be a soft launch just to test some things. Before that, there might need to be the contract in place, as an example. Before that, and actually someplace in here, we need to do some general implementation or onboarding. Before that, we need to agree to terms. And I know we've walked through these things, but this is important as we design backward from a timing perspective to figure out where is the risk potentially going to happen in this deal that we're working on. So know the compelling event, the timeline, work backward relative to the things that need to happen in order to meet that timeline, and then use these dates as a way to hold your customer, your prospect, accountable as we start to get into some of those tighter timelines. This will help you create more predictability in the timing of your deal. If the thing that you're delivering inside the organization is a priority. If it's not a priority, or we're dealing with some transactional things, some of the stuff isn't as important. I mean, people have a number that they feel comfortable with investing where they don't need to have this structure. They don't need to worry about budget cycles or budgeting or fiscal years or resource challenges inside the organization. So if your deals are a bit smaller, this might not be as important on that side, and even on the larger side. One of the other things you might look at is what's the risk of not moving forward. So risk of no decision or risk of delay. The risk of delay starts to get into financial risk. So every day it gets later, every day that we go further where we've not yet been able to solve for the problem or put a solution in place is another day where we take on additional risk, where we take on additional cost. This could be things like by not getting a better plan in place relative to managing pipeline, you may be losing out or missing out on opportunity. By not having better sales process in place, you might be missing out on opportunity. By not having a role filled inside your organization, you may be missing out on opportunity. What's the cost of no decision? What's the cost of the waste? So risk of no decision starts to drive things like waste, and this are highlight waste, which can help you start to position things from a priority perspective. We started with compelling event. That compelling event could be something in the future, or the compelling event could be we're running out of cash. Thanks.